like the planet, and this is Housewarmin. Me and my partner have just purchased our very first home, so if you're interested in design, homemaking, and figuring it all out, make sure you subscribe. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a houseplant tour. So since the pandemic, there have been a new wave of people getting interested in houseplants, which I love because I got started maybe 4 or 5 years ago because my partner actually worked at Lowe's. So I got a lot of discounts on houseplants, and I will be honest and say maybe 90% of those plants are dead. But that's neither here nor there. We're not going to judge people for killing plants. But I did learn a lot about plants along the way. I had to watch a lot of YouTube videos. I had to do a lot of trial and error to see which plants I like, to see which type of plants work for me in my living situation, because not all plants are going to thrive indoors in your living situation. And I really learned that I prefer plants that are really low maintenance, that are super cheap, and that are super easy to take care of. I have maybe 25 plants that I'm going to share with you today that don't need a lot of water, don't need a lot of light, and you can find them pretty much at any big box store like Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, the nursery. So I really want to just share the plants that I have today. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, give this video a thumbs up so I know that you're interested. Also, I will be leaving all of the plants and the scientific names in the description box down below. So starting off in my east facing window, I have a scindapsus that I just picked up from Home Depot. Next to her, I have a variegated rubber plant or rubber tree. Then I have this jelly peperomia or Peperomia clusiifolia. I don't really like her because she is super slow growing and this leaf has taken forever to come out. I don't know. I prefer plants that are growers more than showers. Ew, that's not the phrase. I just prefer plants that grow pretty fast, and this one is a pretty slow grower. It doesn't take a lot to keep it alive, but I just let her live. Down on the bottom shelf, I have a syngonium or a arrowhead plant. She's pretty happy and pretty easy to take care of. And next to her, I have a burgundy rubber tree. Over here on my shelf, I have tried to style it in some type of fashion, but at the very top, I have a few cuttings, and this is not what it looks like. It is actually apple cider vinegar. I use it to stop the fruit flies or gnats that are normally around plants. But I have a couple cuttings of a snake plant, and I have a couple cuttings of a MANJULA pothos. Next to her, I have a couple cuttings of a snake plant that I ended up planting. Snake plants are super easy to take care of, but they are very, very slow growers, but they really don't need any type of water or sunlight. I have my one of many golden pothos. This is a bunch of cuttings I just strung together, and she's doing pretty good. Down here, I have more pothos. I have more cuttings I've put together. I have a neon pothos and 2 golden pothos, and I actually got this stand at Goodwill. Hanging off of my shelf, I have a heartleaf philodendron. I got this maybe over a year ago, so she's doing pretty good. I got her from Home Depot, and all of this new growth trailing down is pretty recent, so I guess she's happy. Over here in the matching pots, I have another golden pothos with some cuttings. I have my Philodendron Brazil, and it's pretty sad because this used to be a very, very large plant, but it got thrips. So these were the only pieces that I was able to save. So hopefully it can rebound. I have a Pothos N Joy pothos right here, and this pothos really doesn't need anything. It will kind of wilt when it needs water, so just like the other pothos, super easy to take care of. Down here, I have quite a big heartleaf philodendron that I just picked up from the Home Depot. I wanted one that had broader leaves. You can see my philodendron over here. The leaves are pretty small, so I really wanted one that had some bigger leaves, so I just picked this up. Down here, I have my silvery, I'm not sure of the name. It's a Aglaonema, and these are super easy to take care of. I rarely water this and rarely even think about it. I have the other half of the MANJULA POTHOS. I have a very small cutting of a lemon lime philodendron. This was also one of a bigger plant that got thrips, and this was the only piece of the cutting that I was able to save. And then I have a very small cutting back there of a heartleaf philodendron. On my fireplace, this is a east-facing window, and this is a north-facing window over here. First off, I have this alocasia poly, and she was a diva for a while. She was really a hard thing to learn and keep track of, but she is really flourishing. I learned that they attract spider mites, so you have to clean their leaves regularly. And also they really like to be watered. Well, mine does. And if you see that your leaves are dying, and say it's only keeping 3 leaves on the entire plant and it's continued to die, you may need to up-pot it into a bigger pot. So that's what I did. I replanted mine into a bigger pot, and you can see that it is really thriving. Down here, I have a baby Monstera plant that I picked up in April for my birthday. You can see that it is just starting to get fenestrations on the leaves, which are the holes in the leaves. And normally, mature Monstera plants look like this. I'll pop a picture on the screen. But this is a baby one, so there are very few fenestrations in the leaves. And I'm hoping it is super happy. It doesn't need super bright light, just indirect light. And I water maybe every 1 to 2 weeks, and she is always pushing out new leaves for me. Over here, I have another golden pothos that I have decided to stake up. She is hiding our Wi-Fi in her modem, but I have decided to stake this one up. And I found that when you stake pothos up, they do grow a lot faster. Up here, I have yet another pothos, but this is a marble queen pothos. I love the variegation of the leaves, and variegation just means the different colors. It's not one solid color. I absolutely love how big the leaves are. Next to her, I have another golden pothos that is really taking off. I actually had this in my office at work, and it had a lot of sunlight, so it really took off. So normally pothos are sold as, oh, these are super easy, super indirect, you can put it in a closet and it'll be fine. But you can see the difference between a plant that is given a lot of light and water, how big the leaves get and how much it trails, versus a plant that doesn't get a lot of light and a lot of water. It'll still be alive, but it'll truly flourish if you give it more light and more water. Over here is my most recent pothos. This is a neon pothos, and you can see she's very full, and I bought her like that. I paid maybe $20 for her at Home Depot, and so I'm super happy to have her because I prefer full plants. Although I do like growing plants from cuttings, it's super easy to just go to the store, pick up a full plant, and just plop it on your shelf, and it has really some instant impact. Finally, upstairs, we have our last 2 plants of the tour, and they are 2 of the easiest plants in the world. I promise you can throw them in a closet and forget about them. I'm serious, and they will do just fine. This is my ZZ plant, and it is one of the most popular plants next to pothos. It is super easy. I can't even remember the last time that I watered this thing. And lastly, next to my ZZ plant is another super easy plant. It is my snake plant. I bought this actually from Walmart for just maybe $12, and it's super happy here. This is a north-facing window that it's in, and that is the last of my houseplants. So that does it for my plant tour. I really hope that you enjoyed watching and seeing all of my plants. And remember that it's okay to kill a plant. It's okay to not know what you're doing. It's okay to be confused and unsure. I know that a lot of times we can get really overwhelmed seeing these big, beautiful houseplants on Instagram, but at one point in time, we were all beginners. We have all killed a plant. We are all unsure sometimes of what we're doing. So don't stress, don't fret. Remember that collecting houseplants is supposed to be a really fun experience. So that does it for my video today. I really hope you enjoyed. I post new videos every single Wednesday, so I will see you guys next week. Bye.